Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling a massive, and I mean absolutely massive, challenge for ambitious entrepreneurs, expanding globally. We're going to unpack a really comprehensive international import and export facilitation program. This was developed by the Vishwa Udyam Sahayata Foundation, we'll just call them VUSF for short, and the Namaste India Group. So if you've ever looked at global trade and thought, how on earth do I even begin to navigate that? Well, this explainer is definitely for you.
Just imagine for a second. What if you could outsource your entire export department? It's a pretty provocative thought, isn't it? Let's be real. Expanding globally is a huge headache. You're dealing with crazy new regulations, language barriers, trying to find legitimate buyers who aren't going to scam you, and managing incredibly complex shipping logistics. It's honestly enough to keep any business owner up at night. But what if you didn't have to do all that heavy lifting? This program basically positions itself as the ultimate done-for-you solution. It acts as your very own, fully equipped export team.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to cover 1. Your new export department. 2. The end-to-end trade process. 3. 8 steps to execution. 4. A clear partnership framework. And finally, 5. The VUSF ecosystem advantage.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, your new export department. This is all about plugging directly into the machine.
Think about trying to build a global network from scratch. Doing that takes decades, literally. But VUSF actually brings a network of over 2,500 companies to the table right on day one. They were established back in 2021, actually as a nonprofit, which is an interesting detail, aimed at strengthening India's entrepreneurial ecosystem. And they boast strategic alliances with over 40 industry associations and chambers. So by plugging into this program, you're instantly gaining access to some immense pre-established credibility.
And you know, this isn't just some piecemeal service. It's the whole shebang, a complete 360-degree ecosystem. It starts with tailored consultation and then moves right through to supplier and buyer identification to make sure you're matched with verified partners. But it goes way further than that. They provide on-ground country representatives, international marketing, policy support for all that incredibly dense customs paperwork, and a secure framework to keep your transactions safe. It is literally an entire department working for you.
Moving right along to Section 2, the end-to-end trade process. This is how we accelerate those outcomes.
So behind the scenes, there's this really disciplined 10-stage framework, and it's designed with 2 main goals: eliminate risk and accelerate outcomes. They kick things off with business consultation and market research. Once that groundwork is totally solid, they move into supplier search, product promotion, and setting up the actual business meetings. They even do company verification, which is absolutely crucial for safety, facilitate country visits, secure the purchase order, close the deal, and then stick around for long-term support. It completely removes the guesswork.
Now that we've got the big picture, let's hit Section 3, 8 steps to execution. How do we actually take these products global?
Well, it really boils down to 8 tactical steps. The first phase is all about transforming your product into something globally competitive before it even hits the market. Step 1, professional media prep. You got to get the right product photos and videos. Step 2 is launching the marketing campaign. Step 3 involves a very dedicated buyer search and qualification process. They aren't just finding anybody, they're finding the right people. And Step 4 brings everyone to the table through organized online meetings.
Then we hit Phase 2, and honestly, this is where the magic happens. Step 5 is a huge commitment, shortlisting 5 qualified companies. They guarantee to bring you genuine, vetted opportunities. Step 6 is facilitating an international visit so you can meet these buyers face-to-face. Step 7 covers business negotiation, guiding you through the tricky waters of cross-border deal-making. And finally, Step 8, purchase orders and deal closure. They are right there with you until the ink is completely dry.
When you string all those steps together, it's like a giant puzzle perfectly clicking into place. You can clearly see how a localized product is systematically engineered into a globally contracted export. From that very first professional photo all the way down the line to the final handshake, this execution framework creates a highly competitive offering.
That brings us to Section 4, a clear partnership framework. Let's talk about the rules of engagement.
A successful global journey requires a shared effort, right? So think of this like a clear division of labor. On your end, you've got the client duties, providing the product info, showing up to the meetings, handling your travel for visits, and giving the final nod on commercial approvals. On the flip side, VUSF does the heavy lifting. They handle the international marketing, they screen the buyers, and they present you with those 5 qualified opportunities. Basically, you provide the product, they provide the audience.
Now, obviously, any real partnership needs solid ground rules. The program operates on a structured one-year agreement. It's got flexible requirements, too. So if 5 companies aren't finalized within 6 months, they actually revise the market strategies. There's a separate commission structure based on individual quotes. And here's the kicker for your peace of mind. There's a clear refund policy. If they don't fulfill their commitments within that 12-month cycle, a refund is issued, after a standard 20% deduction, that is. That proves they have actual skin in the game.
And finally, Section 5, the VUSF Ecosystem Advantage. Why choose them over anyone else?
Let's be real. If you hire a standard export consultant, what are you usually getting? A fairly limited network, some basic advice, and absolutely zero guarantees of actual business. But with the VUSF ecosystem, it's a completely different story. You get a massive international network, a dedicated manager, full policy guidance, and, this is the big one, a minimum commitment of 1 successful trade deal. It's the difference between just paying for advice and genuinely partnering for results.
To put the sheer scale of this into perspective, just look at their global presence. They span 9 different countries across Asia and the Middle East. We're talking about trusted, on-the-ground local reps in places like the UAE, South Korea, China, Vietnam, and several others. When you're trying to expand, having people who natively understand the local culture and the local way of doing business, that is an unbelievable strategic advantage.
Okay, if you only remember one thing from today's explainer, make it this: the minimum 1 successful trade deal commitment. This right here is the ultimate guarantee. VUSF and the Namaste India Group aren't just selling you a directory of phone numbers. They are committing their entire ecosystem to generating real, tangible bottom-line results for your business.
Their whole mission really boils down to this: acting as your trusted partner for navigating international trade with confidence, precision, and long-term business success. For an ambitious MSME or startup, that kind of confidence and precision is exactly what you need to safely scale beyond your borders.
So, I'll leave you with this one final, provocative question. Are you ready to let an expert ecosystem take your business global? If the crazy barriers of international trade have been holding you back, this program offers a really fascinating, structured, and guaranteed pathway to the world stage. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today on this explainer. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll catch you in the next one.